Welcome to the episode 24 of the podcast From Stress to Success Blueprint. I'm your host, Lolita Guarin. I'm a stress management coach and 4 times best-selling author. Okay, today is the day when we're talking about the last microstressor. I hope you enjoyed those microstressors that I told you before. I mean, you enjoyed the podcast, not the microstressors. And I hope you wrote it down plenty of lists and you identify your triggers and you took action to make things better for you. I hope so. Because if you didn't, that's called insanity. So do not complain that your life didn't change and you're still stressing out if you did nothing about that. And again, if you did nothing, ask yourself, how is this serving you? I know. This is a different type of conversation. Let's not go there today, right? Because my clients really don't like this question when I ask them, how is this serving you? Because to be honest, we never do anything that does not serve us. I say we even eager to kill ourselves in order to survive. Yeah, okay, that's for another conversation. Okay. So microstressors, the last microstressor for today. It has to do with other people in your environment. You know, for example, you're in the workplace and you're doing your thing, you're in a good mood, you're productive, you're living your life. And then somebody comes in who is constantly complaining and who is telling all these stories to another coworker. And you could be very close, right next to the next office or even next cube or whatever house, or even you working on the same floor, and you constantly hear this conversation. Somebody's complaining to the other person. Or let's say there are two people or three or whatever that they have a conflict and they disagreeing on something. Yeah, guess what? This is also stressing you out. It might be that the problem that they're discussing may stress you out. It may be that somebody's complaining about their life or their problems can stress you out because you want the best for that other person. Maybe you that kind of person that you like everybody to be happy and at peace, and they're just not there, and you worrying about them is stressing you out because with the maybe you concentrating on what you're doing, but you still on the side you can hear them bickering, you hear them complaining, and you cannot really change them. And all of this is a micro stressor. It does not really impact in your day so much, but it does suck your energy out. And you know what it does? It makes you burn out by the end of a day. So how is that you do with the people like that? I do not recommend just waltzing in there and saying, hey, excuse me, can you just stop this conversation now? Because you're just gonna pour more into stress, right? And as like I always say, it has nothing to do about other people. It has to do with you. So what is your attitude? How are you going to do this? Empathy. You let them talk. Ask yourself, can I change this? Can I change the situation? If let's say they have a conflict about something that you can help them with, you can go there and say, hey, I know the solution. Do you want my help? Or you also can go and say, I'll be very happy to hear you out. Are you okay? Do you need help? Can I help you? If they cannot, you cannot help them, that's it. There's not much you can do. So that's how you satisfy that annoyance, that stressor that you want everybody to be happy, or everybody, to behave like you want to behave, or solving the problem like you're stressing out because you cannot solve anything, you're not doing anything. So by asking, do they need help, and helping them, it will solve a lot of those annoyances. But if it's still not helping, they'll put the headphones on, listen to some music. And if it's really not helping that, you can go and talk to some other people, supervisors that are maybe can have impact on those other people, or you just go plainly and ask them, just communicate. And you can say, I'm just working on something and I don't know, can I help you? Can, like try to communicate. And you'll be surprised that you will see that people actually want your help. But then if nothing helps, then you just have to change your attitude and say, no, I know they're talking, I'm going to close my doors and I'm going to concentrate on whatever I'm doing because there's nothing else I can do here. That's it. Is the same thing works for friends, the same works for a family environment. If you know you tried everything, you tried talking to them, you tried giving them action steps, you tried helping them in so much as you can, and you still cannot change, they're choosing that. You have to honor the choice. This is just another way how they choose to live their life. We cannot force other people into becoming something else. Maybe something's really happening in their life and they in situation. For example, like maybe they in a marriage that they got stuck there for years. And I remember I had a coworker that, she always comes to work and she always complaining about how unhappy she is in the marriage, but she was not really doing anything about that until I realized, well, this is serving her somehow. When she is talking and complaining about her marriage, people listening to her. And then when I find out that she came from a very abusive childhood, that's the only one way how she learned to really complain and stress out and get attention that way. So anyway, I'm not want to go in much into this, but there's always a reason why people do things. So if you give the reason and you say, you know what, I'm gonna let them vent, I'm gonna let them do anything that they want to do because I cannot change that person. And I can be there for them if they need my help. Other than that, there's not much to do. So you need to let that go. And I'm inviting you, like I always do, to think about people in your life right now that, they annoy you, they trigger you, and it's just like that other stress that has nothing to do with you, but with other people. They're like always stressing out. And then make a solution. What is the solution? What is the action step you're actually going to take that's going to, not stress you out that much? And then take that action, right? So that's for today. And I am starting a new podcast episode series um in the next 25th. I guess next one is a podcast episode number. I'm going to start talking about why stress is good for you. How about that? Because it cannot be all that bad. If we have stress in our lives, obviously it's serving some purpose, it's serving us somehow. So tomorrow I'm inviting you to come back to my podcast and listen in about the first mm, I don't know how to call it, a myth. It's not a myth, it's a fact. Yes, so it's a fact. It's a fact why stress is helping you. And I'll be talking about how is that helping to straighten your memory. How about that? So if you're watching this on YouTube, you know the drill. Like and subscribe and share to others who can be, needing that kind of information. And sign up for my podcast so you never miss an episode. If you need more coaching, go to beamazingyou.com and book a session with me. Alrighty, so tomorrow we'll be talking about how stress can help and strengthen your memory. See you there.